To this day, I'm still kind of astonished that we actually got this movie and it was as good as it was. Deadpool was released in 2016, directed by Tim Miller, starring Ryan Reynolds, Marina Baccarin, Stefan Kapicic, TJ Miller, and Ed Skrein. And I love this movie. If you don't know your X-Men history, this movie had been in development hell for years, before X-Men Origins Wolverine even came out. Ryan Reynolds was attached to play Deadpool for years and years and years. X-Men Origins Wolverine went into production. Ryan Reynolds did not like how they were handling Deadpool. They told him, look, you play Deadpool in this movie, you eventually get your own movie, or we're casting someone else. He did X-Men Origins Wolverine. That movie completely disserviced Deadpool. After that movie and the reception of the Deadpool character in that movie, this movie went back into development hell. And for years, there was radio silence, other than Ryan Reynolds wanting to play the character. A few years later, some test footage leaked, and fans pretty much demanded this movie. Ryan Reynolds finally got his shot to wear the red leather and crack the wise ass jokes. So here we are reviewing it a few years later. Now let's go ahead and talk about it, starting off with the good. And there's so much to love here. First of all, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, absolutely fantastic. He was absolutely born to play this role. And up until this movie, I didn't hate Ryan Reynolds, but I didn't exactly love him either. I thought he was a good actor, but this really sold me on him. He's fantastic here. He is perfectly Deadpool in this movie. He's got the wise ass remarks. He's got the sense of humor. Everything about Deadpool is 100% brought to life here. Ryan Reynolds just nailed it here. And then you got Marina Baccarin as Vanessa, Deadpool's love interest in this movie. And I thought she was really good as well. I like Marina Baccarin. I think that she's a really talented actress. I loved her on Gotham. I still think that's a very underrated show. Not a lot of people talk about it. But I really loved her there, and I love her here as well. I love her chemistry with Ryan Reynolds. I think it's really good. And you get Dopinder, played by Karan Soni, and he's great. He only has a couple scenes, but he's great. I love his back and forth with Ryan Reynolds as well. And also, one of Deadpool's other friends is Weasel, played by TJ Miller. And I'm not a fan of TJ Miller for the most part, but I did like him in this movie. I thought that he had good comedic timing, and the way he kept up with Ryan Reynolds' rapid sense of humor, it just worked. I kind of like TJ Miller in this movie as compared to almost everything else I've seen him in. Also want to talk about Leslie Uggams as Blind Owl. She's fantastic. I love her scenes with Ryan Reynolds. They just work so well together, and I'm glad they brought her back for the sequel, and she's also going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. Really loved her here. Great character. And then there's another hero in this movie I want to talk about, and that is Colossus. I love this version of Colossus. Stefan Kapicic, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. He does the mocap and voice for Colossus. He's great. I love his portrayal. Now, we have had Colossus in past movies, specifically The Last Stand and Days of Future Past. He was just kind of there as like a background character in those movies, but here he gets his time to shine. He's hilarious, and I love how he's pretty much the straight man to Deadpool in his rapid fire nonsense. And we also get the villain in this movie, Ajax, or Francis, played by Ed Skrein, and he's great as well. I'm not a huge fan of Ed Skrein. I haven't seen him in a whole lot, but the few things I have seen him in, he's just been kind of okay. But this is easily his best performance, in my opinion. I loved him and how he's just fed up with Deadpool's shit in this movie. He's just annoyed by him and he wants to kill him. It's absolutely hilarious. And aside from the characters, you get a really great story. It's a basic origin story, but it's told in such a way that it's just high energy and it keeps you engaged the whole time. It's told kind of like a Guy Ritchie movie. It's told out of order. You start off in the modern current day, and it keeps going between the past and the present, and eventually we do get caught up, and then it's all told linearly. But I just really love the high-paced cut back and forth between the timelines here. I just really loved it. The storytelling just really, really great with all that. And you get so much humor in this movie that it's just hilarious. I love Deadpool's sense of humor in this movie. His insults just absolutely fantastic, and yeah, I just really love this movie. It's just great, and you even get some great action sequences here. Not surprised because it's Deadpool, but great action sequences. I love every action sequence we get in this movie. I especially love that bridge fight near the beginning where he has to count his bullets. Fantastic scene. I love every bit of it. And also the opening credits. Oh my god, the opening credits are fucking hilarious here. Probably some of the best opening credits I have ever seen in a movie. Just so great. And also the score and soundtrack are fantastic. This movie came out 2 years after Guardians of the Galaxy, but I do feel like it kind of borrowed the soundtrack idea from Guardians of the Galaxy, but it worked here, and I really enjoyed it. Score, really great as well, especially during the action sequences. That's about all for the good, on to the bad, and really there's nothing I can say bad about this movie. So let's go ahead on to the final thoughts. I love Deadpool. It is a top tier X-Men film, easily in my opinion. Deadpool is such a fun movie, and it's still astonishing that it actually exists. And I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. So those are my thoughts on Deadpool. Have you seen this movie? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it if you have seen it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.